Hello, everybody. Welcome again to our Saturday evening classes. We're privileged today to welcome a much loved and highly respected senior monk of our Vedanta family in the United States. Swami Sarvadevananda is the minister and spiritual leader of the Vedanta Society of Southern California. The Society's headquarters are in Hollywood with branches in Santa Barbara, San Diego, South Pasadena, and Trabuco Canyon in Orange County. From 1960 onward, the Swami lived near Belo Mat and thus got the opportunity to come into contact with many monks who were initiated by Holy Mother, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Shivananda, and other direct disciples of Ramakrishna. Swamiji himself was initiated by Swami Shankarananda, the 7th president of the order, in 1961, and joined the monastery at Belo Mat in 1965. He became the head of the Ramakrishna mission in Sikra, the birthplace of Swami Brahmananda, in 1988. While there, he initiated literacy and health programs for hundreds of underprivileged villagers and performed relief and rehabilitation work for the homeless. In 1993, Swami Sarvadevananda was posted to the Vedanta Society of Southern California to serve as assistant minister under Swami Swahananda. He was appointed the minister and spiritual leader of the Vedanta Society in 2012. He represented the Vedanta Society as a delegate on the Interreligious Council of Southern California and the Hindu Catholic and Hindu Episcopal Dialogue of Los Angeles. He serves as one of the directors of the Hindu Students Organization at the University of Southern California and sits on the advisory council of the Gibord Center. Swamiji is a very popular speaker at all our Vedanta centers throughout the United States. The subject of his talk today is preparatory steps for meditation, and we welcome you, Swamiji.
Om apyayantu mamangani bhakpranaschakshu shrotram atha balamindriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahmaupanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam mama brahma nirakaro nirakaranastu nirakaranam meyastu tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha te mai shantu om shanti shanti shanti. Om. May all functions of our minds, the works of our bodies, and the activities of our senses please the Almighty Brahman, who is described in Vedanta. May we not forget him. May we realize his presence in us. May we not be forsaken by him. May all divine qualities adorn our souls and bring peace to our minds. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Thank you all, and thank Diane for saying such nice words. And thank Swami Sarvapriyananda for giving me this opportunity to meet you. When I came long back in 93, so afterwards I used to visit many times and still continue to go to New York Center. Swami Tathagatanandaji was great attraction, and all of you, of course, devotees. And so, and many times we had an occasion to talk there, but after a long time, this is another time when we are meeting each other and speaking on some spiritual topics. Today's discussion is on preparatory steps to meditation. The goal of our human life is to feel the identity with our divine nature, very fundamental inner reality, which is Brahman we call, which is Atman, which is beyond all duality and all changes. So, and to attain that eternal joy and eternal freedom, that is the goal of human life. In another way, it says that we have to attain that peace and joy, unfaltering joy, in this life itself, while we are breathing in, while we are living in the world of duality, which is all conflicts and confusions, and all these troubles through which we pass, to live a life of freedom. And that is the Jivan Mukti state. To attain to that is the goal of life, has been described by the scriptures. And our entire life, as we learn from our predecessors, starting from the inspiration of Sri Ramakrishna himself, that only one goal of life is to attain that peace and freedom. Whatever we do, that goal should be this one. And to reach this goal, there are various methodologies, means are adapted by saints and sages from time immemorial. And meditation is one such grand means, or I will say, it's a highway to reach that ultimate destination. Chandogya Upanishad, in the 7th chapter, talks about meditation. Wonderful calling is there. There the Rishi, the sage, talks about meditation and calling us to move towards meditation and get absorbed in meditation. Says Dhayoti Ivo Prithivi, is talking as if, look at the nature, this earth, Mother Earth, as if in perfect calmness, unless we disturb. Normally, it is all peace. So it is as if so calm and silent, as if the earth is meditating. Dhayoti Ivo Do. The interspace. If you look at the interspace, if we move and be that deep silence, as if they are steeped in meditation. Dhayotivo do, dhayotivo apa, antariksham, the heaven, as if it is all in silence and absorbed in its inner self. And the dhayantivo apo, dhayantivo parvata. See, the oceans and the waters, lakes, they're all as if calm and serene and meditating. The mountains are meditating. Gods, the Dhyayantivo Devo Manushaha, the gods are meditating. The Manushaha, the people are meditating. And that is the only way, this meditation. Tasmad Jayo Manushanang Mahatang Prapnuvanti. In this planet, in this earth, anyone who attains anything great, it is due to this meditation. Mahatang Prapnuvanti, the greatness, the nobility which comes in human personality or in human life, that is Prapnuvanti Dhyana Padang Saivaipate, because of the effect of their meditation. Bhavanti. But those who don't meditate, they have been dishonored by the sages. The sage said, Athoje alpaha, those who live with little petty, they are petty. Alpaha. Kalahino, quarrelsome in the world, always fighting with each other with a petty little thing. Pishuna upabadina, finding fault with others, and always quarrelsome in the world. They don't meditate. Only people of meditation, they become great in life. Athaji prabhavo dhyana padangsa ivo ivo te bhavanti. Whose impact we find in the world, they are the people of meditation. So it has been so much praised in the Upanishad that dhyan, dhyan, dhyan. That's why conclusively he says, dhyanam upasasva iti. Therefore you want peace, you want that grand tranquility within you, then you try to meditate. Dhyanam upasasva. You meditate on meditation. Let meditation be your subject of worship. What a call. Let meditation be the subject of your calling. See, Swami Sarvadevananda once told about Swami Virajananda. He was so absorbed in meditation all the time. He said that he didn't do meditation, but meditation is to meditate upon him. That means he was so calm and serene, always in-run in a way. We are forgetting, we are not talking about here Vivekananda, Brahmananda, or Sri Ramakrishna himself, or Holy Mother. We are not talking about them. We are talking about Virajananda Maharaj. And it is said that Sarvadevananda Swami used to say this remark, that he is not meditating, but he is absorbed and overwhelmed by meditation, as it were. Meditation was meditating upon him. So therefore, dhyana, padang, saivo, ivote, they are all only due to practice of dhyana. It is only part of meditation that has manifested in them. And we know why meditation is so important. We know meditation culminates into samadhi, no? And that samadhi may be savikalpa, and then penetrating that you go to the nirvikalpa, where you lose your total identity and will be who you are. That's the eternal self. That is the highest achievement. And this is true for our own understanding. Suppose the recent grand success by NASA, landing into the Mars. What a concentration. What meditation. Subject of meditation you can change. But look at that. They are greater meditators than any one of us, these scientists. Day and night, they forgot everything of the world. Their own personal thing, the subject of meditation, they are focused and see the success. So meditation is a great tool, and meditation can unveil the secrets of the world. Swami Vivekananda said, the world is ready to unveil its secrets only if you know how to tap it. And that is meditation. Meditation is concentrating our diverse thought waves into one central point. That we call the subject of meditation. And that meditation, some may use it for external objects, some for scientific tools, some for anything may be the subject of meditation. But as we are spiritual people, our subject of meditation is only and only. What is that? That only God. Only that reality in Vedantic term, the self, the inner reality, the divine reality, the Satchidananda, that is the subject of our meditation. So this, what Upanishad just now said, Je mohattang papnuvanti, any person you find in the world who have achieved a great success, they're all meditators. Not knowingly they meditate. Scientists, when they get into their subject, they forget their meals, they forget their drinks, they forget their sleep. They're so absorbed in the subject, it has taken total impact upon them. So this is the attraction for meditation. And today meditation is very common. Meditation has become a language of the world now. How to find peace? One should go to meditate. Patanjali talks about this meditation what he says? It says, yogaha, that union with the Supreme, is chitta vritti nirodha, the nirodha, the mastery, the control over the vrittis, the ripples, the waves of mind. Mind in split second moving in 1,000 objects, and because of that we are distracted and we cannot get the total energy which is everywhere, absolute truth, Satchidananda, in every particle of this earth, in every flower, fruits, in leaves and plants, in human faces, everywhere is that cosmic consciousness. But we are not aware of it because of our lack of chitta vritti nirodha. The vrittis, the ripples of the mind, is not controlled. Therefore, if one can do that, here also Patanjali have given the end result of this chitta vritti nirodh, control of this. What is that? Tada drashtu swarupa avasthanam. At that point, the drashta, the witness, goes back to its own divine self. Swarupa. What is our swarupa? Our essential nature, the fundamental need, fundamental point of our very foundation of our reality. So they go, the drashta remains in his swarupa, in his own essential nature, and stays there. And that is the perfection, stillness, calmness, serenity, achieving everything. And we see Sri Ramakrishna going to this state of Swarupa Avasthanam state every day, now and then, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, every now and then, as if it is nothing. And hearing that, we think, Samadhi, oh, it is there. We always think that Samadhi, I cannot get it now. Yes, we can all get it. It is a human right, everyone's birthright to have this Samadhi. But we have to pay the price. And we have to do the basic works. In one jump, one cannot reach this Samadhi. So we think that this state can be achieved following some techniques of meditation, not understanding what a great sacrifice, dedication, patience they are needed to get us prepared for this. After being grounded on the foundation of a strong character, which is indomitable in its strength and power, focusing onto the goal of life, self-mastery, and all the qualities, it is the superstructure of spirituality cannot be built. Spiritual life becomes more stable. Then we need have a greater focus, and dedication, sacrifice, renunciation is needed. That will help all of us to conquer this duality, to reach that state which we are achieving, which we are looking for, that state of eternal blessedness. We are reading Swami Virajananda. He says in his goal, the goal supreme, he says there, the aspirant needs, any aspirant needs for spiritual accomplishment or achievement, he says first, patience, dhoirya. Infinite patience is necessary. Most of us, within few days, we want an immediate success. I am meditating for 3 years, nothing has happened. How many cross currents are there in my mind? How my mind is drawn to different 100,000 directions. Whether I want to, I cannot control them. I want to lead my mind in one direction and mind leads me to the another direction. And we start there. Moreover, we think that meditation is easy, just coming out, rushing from other duties, just come and sit for meditation and just close your eyes and start meditation. That's a wrong procedure, wrong steps. So first I will go through the points, what he has given 5 points here. One is the patience. Infinite patience is necessary. You are meditating for 10 years, 20 years. What is there in it? Some devotee was meditating and he complained to Holy Mother, Mother, I'm doing nothing happening. So Mother got little, normally she is very kind, but she says in that means she wrote to that person, write to him that God is not a commodity that you purchase by doing this much meditation, this much prayer. No, that means I did little 1,000 japa, 10,000 japa. What is that 10,000 japa, 1,000 japa, or 1 million japa? Huh? To purification of the heart is necessary. Chitta Shuddhi, purification of the heart. So he has mentioned that Dhoirya, first of all, to hold on to that patience. And Adhyavasaya, repeated practice. Fail, fail, fail. Don't give up. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Repeated practice. Third condition, Swami Sarvadevananda says, purity of the body and mind. Very fundamental thing, purity of the body and mind. Unless the body is pure and the mind is pure, the mind pure means which thinks of God. Simple thing. Don't make it complicated. Anything it thinks but God, that is called impure mind, from the perspective of this spiritual people. Mind is attracted in which direction? Is towards God or the world. So it is called the purity of the mind is necessary. Intense desire, that is very important. I love God. I want Him. As is this Sri Ramakrishna said, one will be feeling restless. We feel restless for so many things. But who feels restless? For God realization. And meditation is only a tool. So that restlessness, intense desire to realize the truth, to be restless for that. And we have 6 treasures. You want to go to a distant land, you will have to collect your purse full of money. Yeah, you'll have to collect all this data, no? Passport, visa, this, that, everything is necessary. So you have to collect those things. So he says, this is a normal, sort of sampatti. Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Upurati, Shraddha, Samadhan. You have heard all these things, we have heard all these things. But here is the question. These are the pillars. We have to pay attention to these foundational things. That these are Shama, is steadiness of the mind, to try to every day to control the mind and focus it. Dhamma, the sense organs, it has made us slaves. It wants to take me in any direction and I run because I am helpless. Then titiksha, undisturbed in any suffering. Any suffering comes, say, okay, this is purifying me. Titiksha, austerity, no? Austerity, Sankara's austerity, sahanang sarvadukhanang, enduring all types of adversaries. Sahanang sarvaduk apratikara purvakam, without any complaint, without any murmur. So that's a strength of character. Fundamental thing is strength of character is important. Titiksha. Then uparati, that means withdrawing from the attractions of the sense object. Does not mean that we will not eat, we will not sleep, we will not have our normal life's necessities. But attachment for that, which makes us slave of the object, that is to be practiced, uparati. And shraddha. Shraddha means the deep faith and trust in the words of the Guru and in the words of the scriptures. Then samadhan, then focusing the mind into our ishta or the chosen ideal. So here, actually, Virajananda Swami has given in the very beginning of the book Goal Supreme that first of all, we are doing practice, what the Guru has taught us. Patience is necessary. And if we fail, perseverance is necessary, repeated practice. Then parallelly, we should be very careful how we are becoming pure in body and mind. Bodily purity is by we can take shower and clean this. But mental purity is very, very important to keep the mind in lofty thoughts. Whole day, if we don't keep the mind in lofty thought and just sit for meditation, so what will come in meditation? Whatever I have allowed my mind to think about, it will just be engaged in that thing. But suppose in every bit of action from morning, whatever I did, if I could remember, I am doing for the Lord, or I'm serving God, the practical Vedanta Swamiji's idea, that what you are serving, you are not serving a man or a woman or a tree or a plant. You are serving God or the divine. Yeah, that idea should be very much deeply ingrained. So that is the purity, and that will lead. An intense desire should be there whole day. One part of the mind should say, no, 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 my life is different. I want God. I want to see God. I want to practice. Restless. We are restless for so many mundane things of the world. Should be restless for God. And then practicing samadama, titiksha, purati, shraddha, samadhan. 6 treasures, it is called shara. So we don't pay attention to sama, that steadiness of the mind. We allow the mind to go anywhere whole day. It is a absolute necessary to pay attention where my mind is roaming in the whole day in day-to-day life. And control of the sense organs. I want to put my mind in this subject, I will go. But I must have some control over that. And then to endure. Life has its challenges. Every day there are suffering or pain and adversaries will come. How to keep the mind undisturbed there. That is the titiksha, undisturbed mind, and endure them as not as a helpless person, but as a powerful person, ignoring them, keeping the mind in higher thought, ignoring them. And then trust and faith. I am not getting that to reach that goal, but I have full faith in the scriptures. Mahapurush Maharaj used to say, we have not come to cheat you. Raja Maharaj used to say, do this practice and you will get it. If you don't get, come back and slap me on my face. See how much challenges they are giving, only to say that trust, I'm not getting, there must be some difficulties in, or I'm not doing the right thing in the right way. And continue to give your focus on that. So now we'll say a few words about our Patanjali's, which is the major text of Samadhi or Dhanam. So Patanjali, we all know, talks about there's 8 steps in the Samadhi. To reach Samadhi, ultimate Samadhi, according to Patanjali, there are 8 steps. Yama, 1, Niyama, another, Asana, 3rd, Pranayama, 4th. These 4 are called external practices. They're very fundamental. Then you go to the Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. See, according to the sage Patanjali, the master of the greatest psychologist in the world, who have treated the mind in the way, even today, all our subconscious, conscious minds expression, whatever scientists are bringing in psychology, he has dealt with everything. So here we find that he has given this 2 stage, one external practice, another internal sets of practice. External practice at the very beginning, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. But what do you do normally after whole day's work? Just you come, or you are busy, just come and sit for Dhanam. Dhanam is where? In this hierarchy, it is the 7th stage. Just before Samadhi, you are Dhanam. But we always say, I meditated 1 hour. What you meditated? You didn't meditate. Even don't do anything, like rather either you slept or you ran with the mind. I also do the same thing. Don't think that I am saying you means you. We all, that is our human disability. So, but the point is that we have to understand where we are lacking. We should be careful where we are lacking and what can we do. So here, we go without paying attention to yama, without paying attention to the niyama, without attention to what is called the asana and pranayama, we jump into what is called dharana. Actually, we jump into the 7th stage dhanam. And some people think that they have attained samadhi also. So one gentleman used to come here when I first came. And he came one day, he used to come to the temple and meditate and say, one day he came to me and tell that, have you got samadhi? I mean, my God, samadhi? What is samadhi? I do not know anything about that. We have read only. He said, you have not, but I have it. So he has his nirvikalpa samadhi. He thinks that he has his nirvikalpa samadhi. No? So it has become so common nowadays that we think, seeing Ramakrishna's life, every second, split second, he is running into the infinite reality. Now and then, we think that samadhi is so easy to attain. So now we should pay attention to the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. These are the four, I think these are the four pillars upon which the internal practice starts with pratyahara, withdrawing the mind, pratyahara, dharana, holding the mind in my object of meditation in a particular space, and concentrating the mind, not allowing the mind to go any other direction, dhyana, and then comes samadhi. So dhyana, pratyahara, I'll talk first pratyahara. Pratyahara is when you sit for meditation, naturally mind moves all directions. The first work should be to stop the vagaries of the mind. So some Vilajananda Maharaj said, just be an observer. Just sit and observe. Let the mind run like a baby, running the 10 directions, and observe. And hey, only say, hey, come back. Pratyaharam. Bring the mind back to your focus. Pratyaharam. And then try. If we can bring the mind back for 12 seconds, then it makes 1 unit of dharana. That means we say, I had a great meditation today. If we can focus for 6 seconds, 5 seconds, I think that's enough. We will be swimming in joy. I had what a meditation. So it is withdrawing the mind is the first thing we do. And if we can succeed there for 12 seconds, then it is called 1 unit of holding, dharana. And that holding, if it is for 12 times of that 12 seconds, 144 seconds, that means how much? 2 minutes, 24 seconds. If one can hold the mind in the ishta, in one's chosen ideal, for only 2 minutes, 24 seconds, then you say dharana, dhyana. Then you can say you have done 1 unit of dhanam. So this is the point. First struggle going on, and I'm trying to bring my mind focus to the focus. And if much effort is done, and one day by God's grace, your own effort is 12 seconds its hold, then you have done 1 dharana, 1 unit of dharana. Dharana, 12 times of that dharana, that means holding for another half an hour altogether, if one can be there. So 12 times of 12 will be 144 seconds. 144 seconds means 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Then we call that you've done 1 unit of dhanam. And that dhanam deepens, 12 times of that, you get samadhi. This is the overall picture. So I sometimes joke that spiritual life is nothing but only what is called 144 seconds times 12. That means half an hour. Only half an hour business. If only our life is, we are living for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years now, huh? Only half an hour is needed for God realization or knowing who are we. Now, let us go back to our foundational discussion, but we have started with pratyahara. Now let us go. Have you the foundation? Foundation is, are you practicing yama? Yama? Are you practicing niyama? Are you doing asana? Are you doing pranayama? But to be a perfect yogi, these are necessary. And even don't do asana or pranayama. Pranayama if you don't do, but it is yama niyama is fundamental. Patanjali says, te sarvabhauma mahabrataha. This practice of yama and niyama is the universal principle for anyone in any field of life, all true. To be a good citizen in the country, one needs yama and niyama. To be a good student, he should be practicing yama and niyama. A good householder should be practicing yama and niyama. And monk, of course, they will be. But anyone to be a good person in the society, in any field, any area, they should practice yama and niyama. So here it is said, what is yama? Yama, you all know, just I am repeating it because it is a much discussed issue, but less practiced. That is the point. What is the much discussed? Because yama is what? Ahimsa. Fundamentally, you want to be spiritual. Do you practice ahimsa? That not hurting anyone by word or thought, even by thought. Action, forget about. Action, you don't harm anyone. Word, we hurt many people by our harsh words. That's a himsa. The fundamental principle is Brahman. Brahman is everywhere. If you give that idea, then ahimsa is a very natural thing. Because I am hurting myself by using harsh word or acting upon someone harshly, rudely, unkindly, creating trouble for someone, ahimsa. So that ahimsa, non-injury, the language is non-injury. That very fundamental principle to be practiced. This is the fundamental. That's why what we say, the preparatory practices. Those who have reached Brahma Jnana, we are not talking about that. Those who have reached, meditate, really they sit and their mind goes to dhyanam. That we are not talking about that. But we people who are practicing, that for us, Patanjali has given this formula. Yama is first, is the ahimsa. Second point, satya. Ultimate truth, we call ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is Brahman. And then satya. Are we expressing that truth in our thought, action, in our thinking, in our action? And are we really using our strength and energy to be truthful? Be truthful, only mere external truthfulness, not real truth is God. So are we holding on to that idea? But forget that higher idea. So in Sri Ramakrishna, emphasize so much truth. Truthfulness is next to godliness. So that is another important thing, fundamental, preparatory. These are preparation. If we are expert, suppose you go to cook, you are cooking a good meal, but you should have some preparatory thing. Cooking is how many minutes it takes to cook. But preparing, bringing from the shopping, going to the grocery, bringing the grocery, then chopping and cleaning and cutting and then putting masala and frying in the pan and this and that, boiling, how long it takes. And step by step you have to do. Not whimsically, you cannot just throw first the cook it and then you put the water last and last for first for last. No, there is a science of doing for good cooking. For good, everything, whatever I do, there is a step-by-step thing. But in spiritual life, we don't pay attention to the fundamentals. Rather, we always pay more attention talking about meditation and samadhi and other things. So here we find yama, we should be following yama, ahimsa, that is non-injury, satya, truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing. Non-stealing means gross non-stealing, we know. We don't take away, we are good people. We don't go to steal your purse. But I steal so many things mentally. Aha, this is good. Had I got it? So you are actually asking for something which is not yours. You look at some obnoxious thing and you say, aha, I relish in the mind. So you are stealing, which is not yours. So very fine state of understanding about that non-stealing, asteya. Third, brahmacharya, that's a celibacy. In spiritual life, that is very fundamental. But you have to understand, celibacy does not mean is you have to monks celibacy. Monks have their life, they have their celibacy. But householder life also had great value of celibacy. Good children come here in a good family. Celibate family. What does it mean, celibate? They are dedicated to each other. They love each other. They respect each other. And one-pointed love for each other. That is the celibacy. But monastic celibacy is different. But anyway, celibacy is important. And aparigraha, not to crave for receiving gifts from people. Say Christmas time comes or Durga Puja time comes, celebration time, gift intake, giving, and so you give something to someone and you don't get any return. You see, you suffer. You give that gift and you suffer. See, what a bondage. Oh, I send a good Christmas card and I didn't get any return. So you are expecting. No, that is to be avoided. You have given, finished your part. They have not given, that is their issue. So that should be the strength of character. So these are the 5 yama. We must have to pay attention to each one. And if we discuss more in individual, practicing one, you get all other qualities will come. If one practices ahimsa, non-injury, naturally you will be established in truthfulness also. That's why ahimsa practice, or truthfulness practice, non-stealingness practice. I will not steal. I will not look at that thing which does not belong to me with lustfully, greedily, lustfully. And brahmacharya, celibacy, I should be. And main meaning of celibacy is also here. Celibacy means Brahma, your acharan, your mind should be lifted in the consciousness of Brahman. That's a brahmacharya. Sanskrit word brahmacharya. Leaving your mind, keeping your mind in godly thought, that is your brahmacharya. So that is the very fundamental thing. Aparigraha, non-receiving gifts. These are the yama. We must have to pay attention to these 5. And then socha, the niyama. What are the niyama? Yama, niyama. Second point of Patanjali's rule, niyama. Niyama means rules. I will follow these rules. What are the rules? Socha. Socha means suchita, cleanliness. Cleanliness of the body. First, very important. You go to shrine, you take a shower, fresh, how fresh you look, how fresh you feel. Then you sit for meditation. The freshness, the purity idea will automatically come. Suchita. So, purity of the body and of course the purity of the mind. Shaucha. Second, these are all internal, little internal. First 5 are more external. This is little more internal. Shaucha is the sense of physical purity of the body, at the same time mental purity. Santosh, that's very difficult. Santosh means contentment. Contentment is a great virtue. If you don't need anything, but if you see somebody have some good thing, your mind will say, hey, had I got it? Huh? You are restless and you need that what the other person has got. You create your desire in that way. So that is dissatisfaction. People, there is no reason of dissatisfaction. People become dissatisfied. And satisfaction or santosh, contentment, is such a virtue that I have tried my best to procure things and things, but what has happened, I'm happy with it. I'm contented with what I have. This is a very important point. This is a virtue, great virtue. Contentment is a mental attitude. I tried my best to possess something, get something in the righteous manner, but it didn't occur. Okay, let that be the God's will, and I tried. I'm happy. This mood is to be kept alive. It's a practice. But there is, of course, in spiritual life, there is a discontent is good. That is called divine discontent. That divine discontent comes because of your contentment in the world. I know this world can give me this. I don't want anything. I am contented there, but I want something higher. So that divine discontent is one great virtue. To bring that, you must have to be satisfied here. You know, no one can renounce until they get up to that level. Suppose one can give up the job 100,000, and when he can boldly give up the job, when he gets an offer of 125,000, 150,000. So you cannot go to 150,000 job unless you got 100,000. And if that 100,000 is very troublesome job, still we hang on. What shall I do? I'll have no other opportunity. No. So santosh, contentment should be here, that this I am contented, this world what can give, I have know that I don't expect anything from there. I need something higher. So santosh is contentment. Tapa. Every day's life has so much austerities. Tapa. So take it as austerity. In ancient age sages, they used to go to the forest, and with so much cold and heat, they used to endure and do so much. And we, in our comfortable life, we have our heater, we have our cooler, we have our car, we have our all modern commodities, no? And think of the people who live in the forest. How hard was that? Snow and rain and all this. So there you will tapas. I am doing austerity. And God has put me to this austerity today, bringing this trouble for my purification. Tapa means tap. Tap means heat. Heat cleanses the dust and dirt of things. No? So my life is becoming purified by that. Taking the attitude instead of grumbling and complaining. Yeah, I see my life. I am going through so much trouble. And bhaktas will see, oh, what a blessings. God is purifying me, wiping out my bad karma. That attitude they will take. Tapa, practice. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means you do your mantra Guru has given, the japa, as also study of the scriptures. That's called sadhyaya. And lastly, you believe in God, you surrender. Ishvara pranidhana. These are the five. Shaucha, first one, cleanliness of the body and mind. Second, santosha, contentment. Whatever is there, I tried, but not to make the mind discontent. People make themselves discontent. Never take any advantage of that path which I am satisfied. Okay, I got this, I am happy with it. Then third point is tapas, austerity, or practice of austerity. Austerity, as I said, Shankara says, say it is sahanam sarva dukkhanam. You can endure the dukkha, all dukkhas. Apratikara purvakam. Their mind will come. It is for my good. God has provided this for my betterment, for my purity of the heart, changing my life for the betterment. Then Shraddhaya, study as best as you can, repeat the mantra given by Guru, or your practicing mantra as much as you can. And then Ishvara Pranidhan, surrender everything ultimately. Oh Lord, everything is yours. So these are the yama and niyama. I think these are the fundamental things. Preparation. We are talking about preparation. If we pay attention to each one, our character will be strong, character will be bold, character will come. Swami Vivekananda used to say, no, that it is, I chanted that verse. That Swami Vivekananda's idea was that who will be coming ready for spiritual life? Weak person, psychologically depressed. Spirituality is not for them. You should have a strong body and strong mind, muscles of iron, nerves of steel. That type of person should be there. Body should be strong, mind should be strong. And in that, it will reside a very soft sentiment, which is as soft as flower, as strong as thunderbolt. That was Swamiji's idea. And this is the Udhikari, the student who is competent student for Samadhi or Dhanam. Now we have left asana. Asana is important. Whatever we do, we must have to do some exercise. Otherwise, you see, we normally asana is another. Patanjali says asana is what? Sthira sukhama asanam. Sthir and steady and happily sit for a long time. But you see, when you sit all the time, our back is bending, head is like that. We do not know a good posture. This is good posture. Do some exercise, be strong, sit strong, and let the spinal column be straight and neck and then one line. Then higher thought will come up. The spiritual energy can pass through the Sushumna channel and hit the head. So this is the point. That is the asanam. And then for that, that's why we pray, appayantu mamangani. Let my limbs be strong, forceful, powerful, and let me give all this physical energy. And lastly, not less, pranayama, breathing exercise. Breathing exercise we don't recommend much because it is until done by a good guide. I would not recommend that, but I recommend this much, that if we breathe before meditation, a deep breathing in and out in a rhythmic way for some time, that will cool down the mind. And now with this strong body, strong mind, and little balanced mind, the breathing becomes very peaceful. Not with anger. Many people do the mistake. I'm angry, I go to meditate. I'm disturbed, I'm going to meditate. You are damaging yourself. That time if you go, what will you do? You will brood over of the problem. Anger will be much more added some fuel. So that should be the point, that these are the fundamental things. Then if we do yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, then if we take care of the means, and then we sit for meditation, and Guru has given the mantra, pratyahara, I am trying to hold there. Mind will be cooperating then. And then stage by stage development will be possible. So we pay more attention to the goal rather than means. I have not even started my engine in the car, and I am planning, I'll go to New York by driving. I'll go to New York. When shall I reach? New York. New York will not come to me sitting in Hollywood unless you start your engine and then start driving. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. And then you sit for meditation, concentrate on your driving. The means will take to the end. So I think I wanted to say a few points like that. Our time is almost over. So main thing again, let me say in a nutshell what we wanted to say. Goal of life is God realization, the highest truth, and getting absorbed in that, to be in absolute peace. What is the goal of Jivan Mukti? Absolute peace, absolute happiness, which is our real nature. Mind distracted, it does not allow. How to concentrate the mind? Before that, we should practice controlling the mind in the path of practicing ahimsa, sattva, astya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, etc. All the quality, control. And then yama, niyama, then asana, exercise. And this should be the preliminary thing every day. And whole day alertness should be there, that I am following truthfulness. I am trying not to injure anybody. The character will be built up. And with that, when the mind is ready and sitting for meditation, focusing on God, then by Guru's instruction, pratyahara, withdrawing, dharana, holding, dharana deepening dhyanam, and dhyana will mature into samadhi. So this is the total plan given by Patanjali to us. Thank you all for this now.
Maharaj, there's a question in the chat. Can you say more about the subtle aspects of non-stealing? Bill is asking this.
Well, non-stealing, subtle aspect of non-stealing. When we steal, you see, it is non-Vedantic. We steal because what? What do we want to steal? It does not belong to me. I can grab it by right or wrong means. No. But in Vedantic way, why shall I ask for anything else? It is mine. Subtle aspect of stealing creates a negative impact in me. My imperfection, my inability. I'm lacking this. I'll have to have this. He has that or she has that, I'll grab it. And that leads step by step to all types of vicious activity, and the society becomes polluted by that type of mentality. Subtle aspect, it damages our spiritual life because we don't need. And even if we need, why don't we practice santosha, contentment? I tried my best. Yes, someone have $1 million. I have my maybe some hand-to-mouth thing. Okay, I'm happy with it. I have a roof over me. I have a car for me. And I can eat something, and the rest of the time I can work and think my lofty thoughts. Why can we not practice contentment? Why I need that? First of all, he said, I need. If I get it, okay, I'll try my best to have it. If not, then if we think of it more, we are thinking of the world more, not of God. So that is the deeper impact. It creates a voidness in our mind, and we want to get more of the worldly things, not of the spiritual thing. Okay.
Swamiji Krishnamurti is asking, can you please tell us about the Mangal Acharana Sloka you invoked at the beginning of the talk? Where can we find the text?
Oh, it is in the Upanishad. It is in Upanishad. Appayantu mamangani. These are the Santi mantras also you will find in that chapter, Mantra Pushpam. There you will find. It is praying in the Upanishad. It says that they pray that appayantu, let all my limbs and body function be strong. It is a prayer every day to make ourselves strong and powerful. I shall find the text. I forgot. I cannot give you the reference, but you can find easily. It is not a big thing.
Abhijit is asking, are yama, niyama, asana, and pranayama to be perfected before we should start meditating?
That's a very good question. No. It's not that I'll be perfected first the yama. Then this life will go away. And then I'll do the pranayama. And then I'll do for 5 years for. No. It should be simultaneous practice. While I'm walking, seeing, working, I should follow the yama, niyama aspects. And when I'm sitting every day, simultaneously, it should be going on parallelly. So that it will, this day's thought will impact me when I am sitting for meditation. My meditation will infiltrate into my action when I come out. Suppose you are in the morning coming out of meditation, then you are interacting with the world. And when you are interacting with the world, you will say, oh, I should be truthful here. Okay, I shall be austere here. I should be like that. So these are characteristics will go side by side together. Not that we cannot make a segment like that. No? I think it should be practiced together. Thank you.
Swamiji, Alpana is asking, could you also please elaborate on ishvara pranidhana?
Ishvara pranidhana. Ishvara pranidhana means surrendering to God. You know, Bhagavad Gita also said that to get success in anything, forget about spiritual life, for anything, forget. So it says, Panchemani Mahabaho Karunani Nibodhame. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, the 5 are the causes of accomplishment of anything. Sankhe Kritante Proktani, in the Sankhya philosophy and in the end of the Vedas, this has been enumerated. Odhisthanam, what are the five? Odhisthanam. You must have a strong body, Odhisthanam. First of all, this body should be there, no? Otherwise, what to surrender, what to do anything. Odhisthanam. Tatha karta. You should have an idea, I want this. No? I am this, I want this. Odhisthanam tatha karta. Now, I want to accomplish this. Karanam cha prithak vidham. You should have strong eyes, ears, your all sense organs should be strong. See, that's why Swami Vivekananda wanted a person of strength and power, not weak people. So all the senses should be alert. I passed by some place. Oh, I didn't know watch. Oh, was he standing there? Why don't you watch? Your eyes were there. Why didn't you see? Vivekananda. Staying in any place for one day, he can tell the story of his past, present, future. One time one Swami came here. You know Swami Atmasthanandaji. He came here. He was the president of our order also. So in the morning I am walking. He suddenly asked, okay, so what is this tree, name of the tree? I was fumbling about the name of the tree. And they said, how many trees are here like that? I was fumbling out. Then he said, you stay here and you don't know the tree and you don't know how many trees are there. We think it is sadhu like. I am a sadhu, so I don't care for it. I don't look at this thing. No, it is carelessness. When you be strong, all the sense organs will be just alert. You'll be much alert. So that's why alertness is very important. So what was the question? Ishvara pranidhan. So we forgot. So Odhisthanam, you should have a strong body. Tatha karta, there will be some ego sense that I will do it. Karta karanam cha prithak vidam. All the sense organs, alert sense organs to be applied. Your hand, feet, all the eyes, ears should be alert to accomplish the result. Odhisthanam tatha karta karanam cha vividhas cha prithak chesta. Chesta means effort. You try to succeed in this way, it failed. You try to do that way, that failed. You try another way, don't give up. Try in 100 ways. And after all methodologies, you have to say, oh Lord, it is thy will be done. Surrender yourself. So you don't exhaust yourself. We do all this and we could not sleep whole night. I could not solve the problem. What a terrible day I had to pass through. Yes, but you are missing the fifth part. You are only doing, but you are not surrendering yourself to the cosmic will. Nothing happens by your will or my will. Ramakrishna said, the tree leaf does not move without the will of God. If the leaf does not move, then everything is moving by his will. So you have to surrender. Oh Lord, it is your work. I try to do with my all energy, limited energy, with my eyes, with my senses, with my brain, with my thought, with my energy. But it is you. I offer it. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Surrender to God. That's the Gita's idea also. Okay?
Swamiji, Vishwanath is asking, is aparigraha just about non-acceptance of gifts, or is it more generally non-accumulation of possessions?
Good idea. As a aparigraha means non-receiving of gifts does not mean that if one gives you with love and affection, you should not hurt his sentiment. Hey, I am practicing aparigraha. I don't care for it. No, not that. If one gives with love and affection, think that God is sending you, keep some good spiritual attitude and thank God and thank him. But after you give to somebody your offer or you have sent some gift, then don't keep an idea, oh, he will return my gift or he will at least give me thanks. No, it may not come. So don't suffer. That is the thing. That means you keep your freedom. You give your things, but you keep your own freedom. That's why it is said that accumulation of possession, of course, no, that is not good for spiritual life. But not that someone coming to give us any gift, we should disregard. But with respect, if they come with respect and love. But some people come with motive. There you have to decide which is motivational, you will accept or not. But it is for your expectation. Main thing is our expectation. Lessen our expectation. Okay, thank you.
Peter is asking, how can we visualize Ishvara in meditation? Is it Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother?
Oh, how to visualize Ishvara in meditation. You know, if you subject of meditation may be anything. You can think of object of meditation, maybe Sri Ramakrishna if you like. If your guru gives you some mantra, guru will tell you Ma Kali, Durga, Shiva, or Christ or Buddha, whatever, because they are the perfect embodiment of God. Ishvara means who controls, who creates this universe. If you think of him, Ramakrishna is who? He's not a man. We're not asking someone to meditate on a person. Christ was born. He's not a man, but man of God. Or God, all the godly characteristics. So when you think of Christ, you see what is God we do not know. But all the kindness, compassion, holiness, dedication, sacrifice, renunciation, as if compacted in one body and mind. So Ramakrishna is like that. Infinite renunciation. No one have ever seen that. No one can feel that. Coin touches and he feels the scorpion biting. So much purity, so much love. So if we think of them, then what will happen? My mind will be colored in the coloring of these qualities, noble, divine, Ishvara qualities. So Ishvara meditation you can do on Ramakrishna if you think he is God. You can do on Holy Mother, that's is the embodiment of Satchidananda. No? But Hindus are really, in one point, it should be understood that the whole religion, of whole world religion is fighting, not paying attention to this fundamental point. The ocean of consciousness is the foundation. Avatars are different forms, huge tidal wave. That is called Rama, that is called Krishna, that is called Buddha, that is called Shankara. We think of them and we become merged into it and go to the, ultimately merge into the Rupa to Arupa, the form to formless. So yes, Ramakrishna can be taken as an embodiment of divine. And if you wish, yes, Ma can be meditated upon, he is our Ishvara.
So Swamiji, we want to thank you for affording us this time with you. It's been a great joy, and your generosity in affording us this time is just so appreciated. I'm sure I speak for everybody on the call today, and we hope very much to see you in person very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for
Pranam, Swamiji.
staying so long with me. Thank you. Jai Ma. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Ma. Thank you all.
Swamiji.